What's up, my YouTubers? I'm coming to you with a brand new video. Before we get started with that, you know what to do. Smash that like button, ring that bell. That's how you guys say it, right? I'm not a real YouTuber. I'm just doing what I love to do, which is today I will be introducing you to Book Outlet. Book Outlet is a discount online thrift store for books. And so I just got my delivery and I'm super excited. I was so excited that I ran out more or less to meet the post worker out there, but obviously COVID let him walk away and everything first. But when I went out there, all the dogs went running. They had no idea what the hell was going on and why I was so excited. They hadn't even heard the postman come up yet. That's how ready I was for this package. Anyway, I purchased this probably a good 2.5, maybe 3 weeks ago. It was on a sale, which had a 25% discount off the entire website. And I bought 11 books. And let me tell you, it's really hard not to continue buying books when they're so cheap. And I'm telling you, I don't believe I spent more than $10 on a book. And I spent less than 70 bucks. And I kept this for my wife. But I can't do that for very long. I don't know. So I went up to her and I legitimately said I have a confession to make, and I told her what happened. And then I told her, well, last year for my birthday I did not go on my book buying spree, which is typically what I do for my birthday, which is coming up in a few days, and I will be the ripe old age of 32. Do I look like I'm 32? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Anyway, let's get started. This is my package. It was shipped by UPS, and then UPS sent it to USPS, and USPS delivered it to my house because our boxes for mailboxes are not this big. So let's go ahead and crack this baby open. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the page, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing. All right. So, it's packaged pretty nicely. You're gonna learn a lot about me right now. I truly believe that you can learn a lot about a person just by the books that are on their shelf. And the books that are on the shelf that have been read. Very two different things. So let me move my keyboard out of the way for a bit. I have my invoice, and for anybody who is going to be hiding their book buying from their spouses or their family members, the prices are not on here. They're not on here at all. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, some of these are a little bit smaller than I thought. We'll start with this one. This one's called the Astrology Dictionary. It's a cosmic knowledge from A to Z. I really thought that this was going to be bigger, but it more or less is a vocabulary book for all of astrology. So, Astrology Dictionary, literally. So I like that it's small because I can get started on it. I can probably get a lot of information for it because I've been building my own birth chart. And I have a couple people that want their birth chart built for them as well. And that actually brings me to my next book, maybe. Yeah, that'll bring me to my next book, which is going to actually help validate the research that I'm doing in building mine and other people's birth charts. The Element, the Encyclopedia of Birthdays. Again, I thought that this was going to be larger, but that's okay because I actually don't have space for all these books that I just bought. I do need another shelf, but because I am working from home and I was going to put the shelf behind me, but I also work out in here, and that shelf is going to at least cut me a good foot, and I don't have the space for that. I rather have my workouts, and I will stack my books somewhere. So anyway, this is the Element Encyclopedia of Birthdays. And this is this the newer edition? No, this is the edition from 2007. So this is probably why they're all super cheap right now, because I believe they did just come out with a 2020 version. And I don't have anybody who was born that late. So anyway, I'm gonna love this book. This is by Teresa Chang. This is, I believe, the third book that I have by her. Anyone else who also knows me knows that I do love Jodi Picoult. My favorite book by Jodi Picoult is actually Lone Wolf. If you have not read it, you should definitely read it, because I have taken so many quotes out of that book and applied it to my everyday life. In addition to that, I've read it probably about a good 4 or 5 times already, and I'm probably going to reread it soon. I'm actually in the process of reading The Last Storyteller by Frank Delaney, which is another reread. This one by Jodi Picoult is called 19 Minutes. I was actually told by a friend from high school that this was a really good book when I, a few years ago, had mentioned that I was reading Lone Wolf. And so now I have it and I get to try it. I also got from Jodi Picoult A Spark of Light. She's a great writer in general, so I actually don't know what these books are about, but I have not read a book by her that I have disliked. So I've got another A Spark of Light. Can you see it? Yes. And I got another, Keeping Faith. This one is definitely different. You can tell it's an older looking book. Keeping Faith. And this was actually from, 1999. So that's what I thought. It definitely is an older appearing book. And then another thing that I like about these kinds of books is that they have these, the pages look like they've been hand cut. I love that. It just gives the book so much character. I got The Dark Between Stars. I actually not met this person. I actually discovered this person on Instagram, Atticus. And a lot of the things on there I enjoy reading and whatnot. So why not support him by buying one of his books? It is a book of poetry. And I'm actually really excited to start this, because if it's anything like what he put in his Instagrams, then this will definitely work for me. Oh, I did get another Jodi Picoult. It's called The 10th Circle. I have another book called The Third Circle, but completely different, and a completely different author. So I'm excited about actually reading all of these by Jodi Picoult, because like I said, I love her writing style. She's just a great author, and even Stephen King gives Jodi Picoult so much praise. Actually, did she put one on this one this time? No, not on this one. But, and if you don't know who Jodi Picoult is, she is the author of My Sister's Keeper. I know you've seen that movie, or at least heard about it. She's that writer, yes. Another good book by Jodi Picoult is called Sing You Home. That's another one of my favorites, and I actually love it because at the time when I got it, it was around the time when the United States was a really up and down about whether or not they were going to allow same-sex marriages to be legal. This covers that. Not the United States portion, but a story about a similar situation and whatnot. And then Paula Braxton. Let me tell you, One, I love the audibles because the woman who reads Paula Braxton books is just phenomenal, and I get taken in every single time. But I love the stories so much that I have to buy the books. So they go very quickly on Book Outlet. I mean, very quickly. I had 3 in my cart and they were all sold out by the time I went to check out. But there was one book that I was able to snag. Secrets of Chocolate House. And this is actually the last book that she has published that I know of. She has so many of them. I'm going to collect them all. God damn it, I'm going to collect them all. This is from 2019. This is the last book that was published. I read it on Audible, but I'm so happy to have the book. I love the stories that she tells. They're amazing. Like, she is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. If you don't know, I do read tarot cards and I do read oracle cards. I've kind of strayed away from my tarot cards the last few years, and so I've been picking it back up. I've had a great relationship with my oracle deck, but I want to get back and nurture my relationships with my tarot decks. So I got the only tarot card book you'll ever need. The only tarot book that you'll ever need. Some people call it tarot, some people call it tarot. Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. I have 2 more books left. This one is called Writing as a Path to Awakening. If you don't know, I have a blog. I do write a lot, and my blog is called, currently, because I'm still playing around with names, Navigating Life Health Through Something Written. And it's the something written part that's a part of my writings. I have a Facebook page called Something Written, but this is also going to help me as well. And last but certainly not least, there is this book that I have actually started reading that actually helped me to realize that I need to update my blog. It's called Do It Scared. I haven't finished the Audible yet, but I didn't want to have it in writing because it is definitely something that I'm going to want to reference later. So I have 11 books that I got today to add to my library. I am so excited to get started on them. These are certainly some of my favorite things. Books are definitely one of my favorite things to do. Just read and read and read. It just takes you out of this world. And I'm working on another order. And hopefully I could get some more of those Paula Braxton books before they sell out again. But anyway, this is, like I said, this comes from a website called Book Outlet. It's a $5 flat rate fee for delivery, or if it's an order over $35, then it's free shipping. It could take a little bit of time to get to you. They are used books. They're in great, most of them are in great condition. I actually haven't seen much of them. I mean, you can tell that some of them have been kind of used, but there's no creases, you know, so they were just probably returned for one reason or another. Possibly because somebody already had it. I know I've bought books and I've ended up with 2 copies. I give them away as gifts, but some people will probably return them and then they end up at the Book Outlet. But there you guys have it, my 11 books that I got. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy reading as much as I do. Make sure, if you haven't already, to smash that like button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time, because guess what? I should have an Ipsy coming soon.